Hello friends, in this video I'll talk about insolvency professional. Who is insolvency professional, where he has to register, and uh, what insolvency professional does. An insolvency professional is a person who has met all the criterias, that is 10 years of post-qualification experience or 15 years in case he's a graduate, and has cleared the limited insolvency examination. So that I have all explained in my another video. In this video, I'll focus upon the insolvency professional role. So a person, briefly, I am explaining here the insolvency professional, a person who is registered with an insolvency professional agency. Agency is also a Section 8 company which is registered with Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board. So, member of Insolvency Professional Agency and is registered with the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India. So, what are these entities, and let me quickly go through them. Then we will come to the role of insolvency professional. So insolvency professional agencies, there are three insolvency professional agency with whom an insolvency professional has to get the membership from. So it is ICAI, Insolvency Professional Agency, ICSI, and Institute of Cost Management of India. All are Section 8 companies, and they are basically managing their members' conduct and the database and their compliances. They are required to file the forms to these agencies as well as to IBBI. So then comes the IBBI, that is Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India. So Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India was formed after the enactment of Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016. So the main purpose was to implement this code, right? So in India, most of the capital was stuck into litigation and it was taking long time to resolve the cases. So the purpose was to get the cases settled within a time bound manner. So initially 180 days time limit to resolve the insolvency process has been prescribed in the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. So that our wealth should not stuck into the litigation. So it was the purpose, and to promote entrepreneurship, banks were basically providing credit only on the basis of collateral. So unsecured loan was not available in the market. So these were the reason the bankruptcy code came in, and to implement this code, bankruptcy board was enacted. And insolvency professional is a person who is registered with Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India. So let's move on further with the role of insolvency professional. So what exactly insolvency professional does, right? So in case of a company, an insolvency professional can act as an IRP, RP, and a liquidator. And in case of an individual or partnership firm, he can act as a resolution professional or bankruptcy trustee. So these terms are pretty new to us. So let us first understand what exactly these terms mean. So before that, we need to understand the basic of this code, right? What is the purpose of this code? So Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code is to resolve the insolvency of corporates or individuals, right? What is insolvency? I have explained. So let me give you a brief idea. Insolvency is inability to pay debt, right? If I am running short of cash, or for whatever reason I am unable to pay back to the creditors, that is insolvency. So insolvency professional will help company to resolve its insolvency. So interim resolution professional or resolution professional is one and the same. So that is a person who is appointed to resolve the insolvency of the corporate, right? So interim is appointed for shorter duration, initial days. So once COC is formed, so a resolution professional came in. right? Either he get confirmed as a resolution professional, or some other insolvency professional will be appointed as a resolution professional. Then come the liquidator. So liquidator is one who liquidate the company in case the company is unable to resolve its insolvency. Liquidator comes into picture. Liquidator is a person who dispose of all the assets of the corporate debtor and pay and settle all the liabilities. In case of individual or partnership firm, it is resolution professional who will try to resolve the insolvency of firm or individual. In case he is unable to, then came the bankruptcy trustee who will dispose of the assets of the individual or partnership firm and pay to the creditors. Okay, I hope you understand. Let's move on further with the interim resolution professional. So interim resolution professional will be appointed once the application for insolvency is accepted in NCLT and corporate insolvency resolution process is started. So he is the person who take care of this process, corporate insolvency resolution process. I have explained this process in detail in another video. And what are the role of interim resolution professional? So immediately after the acceptance of application, the board of directors of the company will get suspended, and the management of the affairs of the company vests with the IRP. IRP will take charge of all the assets of the corporate debtor. Corporate debtor is a company here. So all the officers of corporate debtor will report to IRP. All the financial institutions such as banks or other companies who have provided will act on the instruction of IRP, and IRP will execute all the agreement, deed, receipt, document, everything, and he has to collate all the claims of the creditor, right? Let's move on to duties of the IRP. So all the assets, finance, operation he has to manage during the period, receive and collate all the claims of the creditor, constitute a COC. COC is the committee of creditor, which is basically of all the financial creditors. I have explained committee of creditor in detail in my separate video. So he will monitor the corporate debtor, take control, custody, charge, and manage the corporate debtor as a going concern. He will try to manage the corporate debtor as a going concern if it is possible. So until he get confirmed as a resolution professional or appointment of another resolution professional by COC. COC will decide who will be the resolution professional. They can either confirm the IRP as an RP, or they can appoint someone else as an RP. So CD personal, जो all the staff of the corporate debtor will provide cooperation to the IRP. In case they do not provide any cooperation, IRP can go to NCLT and ask for their cooperation. NCLT will pass an order. Let's move on. So appointment of resolution professional. So resolution professional will get appointed by the COC, voting of the majority of COC. COC with a majority of 66% resolved to appoint IRP or may replace IRP by another RP. RP shall conduct the rest of the CIRP process. Then comes the duty of RP, resolution professional. What will resolution professional do? He will preserve and protect the asset of the corporate debtor, take immediate custody and control of all the assets, including the records, financial, everything. Represent and act on behalf of corporate debtor with third parties, exercise right for benefit of corporate debtor in judicial, quasi-judicial arbitration proceedings. Raise interim finance, but he has to get the approval from COC. Appoint staff, accountants, legal or other professional required. Maintain an updated list of claims. So IRP will hand over the list so far prepared by him to the RP, and he will update the list claims And he will convene and attend all meetings of COC, maintain the minutes of meeting and all, prepare the information memorandum, then invite prospective resolution applicants. Resolution applicant is another company who is willing to invest in the corporate debtor to resolve its insolvency. So he will issue a newspaper advertisement asking for the resolution applicant with their resolution plans. So present all resolution plan at the meeting of COC. So he will present all plans before the financial creditors. File application for avoidance of transactions, if any. If there are any fraudulent or undervalued preferential transactions, he will identify the transactions and report to the NCLT. Then, in case the insolvency resolution process could not get completed, fails. So insolvency professional will act as a liquidator. Liquidator will dispose of all the assets and distribute the assets to its creditor. So either the RP can become a liquidator or some other person will maybe appointed as a liquidator, but insolvency professional will act as a RP as well as liquidator. Take control of assets of all the assets of CD, verify the claims of creditors. He will verify all the claims that RP has collected so far. Sell movable and immovable property through auction, settle claims, investigate financial affairs, report to adjudicating authority. So these are the roles of liquidator. Then comes the individual and partnership firm. So in case of individual and partnership firm, the insolvency professional will act as a resolution professional or bankruptcy trustee. So debtor through resolution professional may approach to adjudicating authority. In this case, it is DRT for resolution, for insolvency resolution process. So in case it is unable to resolve its insolvency, so IP can act as a bankruptcy trustee who work similar to the liquidator. He will distribute and administer all the asset estate of the bankrupt. So that's all I have in this video. Thank you for watching.